2022 Specialized S-Works Tarmac SL7 with a custom build-up SRM power meter, different wheels, tubeless ready, size 54, weighing at 15 pounds, 1 ounce, and in kilos, 6.82 kilos. Complete. Stay tuned after video where you're free to buy some test on a CLX50 right here. Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video, and today I have for you guys a freshly built Tarmac SL7 S-Works custom build up with a size 54, and as you guys just saw, it weighed right in around 6.8 kilos, 15 pounds, 1 ounces. There are some custom things on this bike, so I'll go over everything that we did to this bike itself. The bike came out absolutely beautiful. The color of this bike is called the S-Works Jet Fuel color, which is this decal, which is kind of like this. So it's all matte black bike. Their lightest bike they said they made, with just the S-Works on there as well, and this kind of like it looks like a orange to green look on there. As you guys can tell, the SRM power meter is definitely stealing the show with that carbon weave on there, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So starting off right with the bike, we have up here the Specialized Revol Rapide in a size 42. We wrapped the handlebars with a reverse wrap for the Supercast bar tape. The bike came with the S-Works stem and a 100mm stem with titanium bolts. It does come with the frame set. They also do have the integrated mounts on there, Garmin, Wahoo, everything like that is included with the bike as well. We can see here we added the new sprint shifters that come with the new Dura-Ace 12 speeds. We have sprint shifters here and here as well. This bike is sold race, so if you guys are wondering, you guys can't buy it, just to let you know. Dura-Ace 12-speed shifters, these are the new hybrid wireless. They're semi-wireless. They're hydraulic hoses that are going from the shifters to the brakes, and then the shifters are wireless to transmit to the derailleurs in the front and the rear, which are tethered with a Di2 cable to the battery as well. Going down to the head tube, we have the Specialized decal on the front. This is the Specialized logo. And then for the wheels, we have the Revol CLX50s. Reason why we went CLX50s is this is the depth the rider preferred. He's going to be, I guess, racing on this bike as well. So he wanted a 50mm depth and he wanted tubeless. So the CLX50s hit that nail right in the head. The bike also does come with ceramic speed bearings inside the hubs, front and rear stock. And then we set them up with the new S-Works Turbo Rapid Air 700 by 28s in there. Tubeless fluid is added right there. So the weights that you saw, it was with 700 by 28 Rapid Air tires, and then tubeless fluid installed in there as well. So that's not a bad weight for that. I think you can get it even lighter with if you went with a cotton tire, a 700 by 26, and maybe like a latex tube, it would definitely be lighter. So that's a pretty impressive weight for a 28 tire. Rotors are 160mm Shimano XTR Dura-Ace rotor up front, and then we have the new Shimano Dura-Ace brake calipers as well, which is going to be 10% more clearance. For the bottom bracket, we have here the threaded Shimano bottom bracket on here, and then the beautiful, the oh so mighty SRM power crank. This is our first build up on the channel with one of these on here. We have the SRM power crank arm, which is basically a look crank arm. It is a crank arm option that you can run any crank arm length you want there, 175, 172, 170, 170. You just change out the rivets on there. We have the SRM Power 9 power meter crank. It is rechargeable. And then for the chain rings on here, they are carbon tie chain rings. This is the 5236 chain ring on here as well. And it just looks insanely crazy. And this is a big part of the reason why this bike is so light. It is very, very light compared to other power meter cranks out there right now. So this is very, very cool. This is 11-speed and 12-speed compatible. So these will work with both 11-speed Dura-Ace and 12-speed Dura-Ace as well. But the crank is just absolutely gorgeous. If you ever get to work with one of these, you'll notice how lightweight it is, and you definitely want to use a torque wrench when tightening down everything on here, but the bike is phenomenal. We have a Dura-Ace front derailleur on here, and also a Shimano XTR Dura-Ace chain as well, 12-speed. We have the Specialized S-Works water bottle bolts that we all know and love. That's the reason why these bikes cost so much money, is because these are printed and they say S-Works on there. Going to the rear derailleur, or the rear cassette, we have an 1130 on here in the back, so 11 tooth being the bottom, 30 tooth being the top. We have the Dura-Ace 12-speed rear derailleur. This is again where all the magic happens. This is where you're going to charge the bike. This is where you're going to pair with Bluetooth. This is where you're going to do everything. This is your functioning. This is your new junction box right here as well. And just so if you guys are wondering, if you're going from 11 speed to 12 speed, you do not need a D-Fly anymore. These are built in with pretty much a D-Fly on here, so they connect to Bluetooth automatically, which is very cool. Again, for the rear wheel, this is the CLX50 Revol. And so it's 50 millimeter depth in the rear as well. They are tubeless setup. And again, we have the S-Works Rapid Air tires in there with tubeless fluid in there already. For the seat post, this is the Tarmac SL7 proprietary seat post. We have the integrated seat post wedge on here. It does have the battery inside of here. You're only running 2 cables on this bike. One cable running down to the rear derailleur, one cable running down to the front derailleur, and that is all that's in there. There's no more junction box inside of the bottom bracket of the bike. And then this is the older style seat post, because these frames come with the older style seat post, just in case you want to run an 11-speed Di2 on here. So you can see we have the cover plate in the back right there. S-Works power saddle in 143. This is a $325 saddle. Carbon fiber body, carbon fiber rails. Very, very light saddle. Nice wide cutout as well to allow blood flow, which is really nice. And then for the rear brake rotor, it is a 140 millimeter brake rotor. Shimano will always kind of come stock 160, 140, whereas SRAM will usually come stock 160, 160. But in this case, again, which I can talk to on the cranks, which I think is a pretty cool situation. This guy has a coach, he races, everything like that. His coach is recommending him. He used to run 172.5, but his coach was recommending him to go to 170 because he said it can help him out with his riding. So in this instance, he's going to be able to try out the 170. If he doesn't like it and he sees that his numbers are decreasing or whatever, he just doesn't like it the way he feels, he can go back to that without changing out his crank arms, which is pretty nice. So that is a big plus to running crank arms like these. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about this build. I mean, for a 6.8 build, obviously it's pretty expensive, but we saved a little bit of money because we took away the Dura-Ace crank. Because basically the reason why we want this crank as well is that there were no Dura-Ace power meter cranks to be found anywhere. So I mean, they're very extremely hard to find right now as a complete Dura-Ace crank. I don't think you can even get them right now. So we took away the stock price of the normal Dura-Ace crank, which I think is like 600 bucks, 700 bucks, maybe 5, I forget what it was. Then we added the cost of this crank, which is much more expensive, but that wasn't a problem. And then, you know, kind of equaled out. Whereas a power meter crank by Dura-Ace is 1,500 bucks. So the build was still kind of right around, we got them right around that $14,000 price point, I believe. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. And if you guys have any questions on this build, or if you guys want to see any more content like that, leave me a comment down below and leave a like on this video. Thank you again. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, here comes a free up buy sound test on these Reval CLX 50 wheels with a Dura-Ace 12-speed cassette, and a Dura-Ace 12-speed derailleur, and a Dura-Ace 12-speed chain, and an SRAM power crank. Here we go. Yeah. That's a free spinning bottom right there. It's only 18 tooth as well, so it's gonna be very quiet, but yeah. Bah! All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.